Hey Dad, here is your new yoga sequence. I don't have blocks, so I'm using books, so it's a little bit janky for me. But you don't have to do this every time, but if you want to do that chest opener that we did, you can do this. And so you have your two blocks, and you set the one up behind your head on the tallest height, and the one under your shoulders will go on the medium height. And if it's a day where this feels really uncomfortable, then you can lower this to the lowest height, and this can go on the medium height. So you can just decide. But you're gonna lay back on it so that this block goes right underneath the tips of your shoulder blades. So where your shoulder blade has that little pointy edge, it goes right underneath that. And then the other block goes right underneath the back of your head. And then you can bend your knees. If it doesn't hurt your low back, you can straighten your legs. If you feel like there's a little tension on your low back, you can pick your pelvis up. You feel like your tailbone moves towards your heels to kind of flatten out your low back. And then just let your arms come to your sides. And just kind of breathe here for a little bit. And try to relax all of the muscles in your neck and your shoulders and just down your whole body. And just breathe into the opening in your chest. And just take a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, you can just kind of move them off to the side. And then just come back to lying on your back. And then from here, bend your knees. And we're going to do a light version of this. And then at the end, we'll do it again. But you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Then I want you to take your hands and put them right in your hips. And kind of push your right hip crease down towards the bottom edge of your mat so that the sides of your waist are even on both sides. You're not hunching your right side up, but your waist is even. And then from your outer right hip, start to feel like you're opening up your right leg, so your knees opening up wider without pushing on it. And just kind of breathe here for a little bit. Making sure you're flexing your right foot back. And then release that side. And then cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Then again, put your hands on your hips. Push your left hip crease down towards the bottom edge of your mat, so towards your heels, just so your waist is even on both sides. And then use your outer left hip to feel like you're opening up that knee a little bit wider without jamming it. Flexing your left foot back. And just breathe. And release that side. And then from here, you can either roll to your side or rock up to seated and then come into all fours. So once you're in all fours, wrists go right underneath your shoulders. Fingers spread really wide. You can turn your hands out a little bit so that your pointer finger is kind of facing forward and your hands are a little bit of an angle. Knees go right underneath your hips distance apart. And use your outer hips and your low belly just for a little bit of support. And then from here, inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze, lift your hips a little bit. And exhale, round your spine, bring your chin to your chest for your cat. And again, inhale, come up into cow. And exhale to cat. And then just do two more with your breath, trying to kind of link that breath and that movement in your spine. and come back to all fours. Move your hands about 2 or 3 inches in front of your shoulders, but keep your hands just like they are, so really wide fingers, pointer finger facing forward. And then flip your toes under, lift your hips up and back, coming to down dog. So at first, I want you to just bend your knees a lot so that your legs are just out of the picture entirely, and we'll focus on your upper body. So your hands are pressing. Press a little bit more into your pointer finger and your thumb. And then feel like your biceps are wrapping up to the ceiling. So your inner elbow rolls up, and then you're hugging your arms in towards one another. Then from there, feel like your chest is pushing back to your thighs. And it'll feel like your ears start to go through your arms, so your biceps are right next to your ears. And then once you have that, then keep your spine really straight. Then you'll start to work your legs a little bit more towards straight. So they do not have to straighten all the way. You're just kind of opening up the backs of your legs, but make sure that your spine doesn't round when you're doing that. If you feel like you're going to round, just stop and breathe there. So priority 1 is your spine, keeping that really long without rounding it, and then priority 2 is to open up your legs. Then from here, bend your knees and walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold. So bend your knees a good amount so that your low belly is on your thighs. So your hips are folded a lot. And then once your low belly is on your thighs, then from there, you're going to work your legs a little bit more towards straight, but keep your low belly on your thighs. So they can stay bent, that's cool. You can grab opposite elbows if you like. Take a few breaths in your forward fold. Then release your hands down, straighten out your legs, put your hands on your hips, and then slowly come all the way up to standing. Then come to the top edge, or just give yourself some space. We're actually going to do this today with feet hips distance apart because I feel like that'll be a little easier. So you're standing in Tadasana, your feet are hips distance, but just like we've done before, your toes face forward, your heels go right behind your second and third toe, and then you press your feet down really well. So the toes, the heels, both sides, inner and outer sides of your feet, press your feet down, squeeze your calf muscles onto your bone. At the same time, squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another and back. Then use your low belly to drop your tailbone at the same time. Collarbones nice and wide, shoulders on your back, palms face forward, crown of your head reaches up to the ceiling. And then from here on an inhale, just raise your arms up overhead. You can keep them about shoulder distance apart, but feel like your pinkies are wrapping in towards one another. Your biceps are rolling back. Then exhale your hands through heart center, forward fold, folding from your hips, bending your knees so that your low belly touches your thighs, but keeping your legs active. And then from here, straighten your legs, put your hands on your shins. Feel like you're lifting your chest so that your upper back really straightens out. And then exhale, fold again, belly on your thighs. Inhale all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. And then again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold, belly on your thighs. Inhale, hands on your shins, lifting your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Then one more time. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hands down. We're going to do a full sun salutation. So step back into your high plank. Remember, your high plank is like your Tadasana. You're just on your hands. So your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Fingers wide, facing forward. Biceps wrap to the front now. Chest wide, but low belly working. Legs really active up to the ceiling. You're going to keep all of this when we go into chaturanga. You're just going to inhale, shift forward, past your wrists. Now your elbows are going to stay stacked on top of your wrists. You're just bending a little bit, keeping your elbows hugged in by your sides, shoulders away from your ears, belly hugged in. And then from here, flip your toes. And you're just going to lift your chest. So it feels like your collarbones are widening. Your legs stay up off the mat, coming to up dog. Just kind of doing a back bend in your upper back. And then flip your toes, down dog. So again, hands pressing really well. Biceps are wrapping up to the ceiling. Chest pushes through your thighs. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. And then you work your legs a little bit more towards straight. And then from here, we'll do one more sun salutation. So inhale, look forward. And then step your feet up to your hands. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands through your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Belly and your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hands press down. Step back to your plank. Keep it really active. Then inhale, shift. Keep your plank, and then you're just bending your elbows a little bit, keeping them into your sides for chaturanga. Flip your toes. Lift your chest. Coming to up dog. So your legs are still really active. Your knees are lifting. You're really just widening your collarbones. And then flip your toes for down dog. Then from here, look forward and inhale, bring your foot between your right foot in between your hands. So once your right foot is in between your hands, have your feet about hips distance apart. You're going to stay up on your back toes or coming into a high lunge. So squeeze your outer hips together and then lift your torso up. And we've done this one before. So hands come to your hips. First, bend your back knee. Then use your low belly to drop your tailbone, so it'll kind of scoop under you. So you're going to keep that. You're going to work your back leg a little bit more towards straight. When your tailbone wants to flare out, that's where you stop. So you keep your tailbone facing down. If your back leg has to stay bent, that's okay. And then lift your chest just a little bit. And bring your arms up overhead. So just like before, pinkies wrap in towards one another. Biceps wrap in towards your face and then back behind you. And then just keep breathing here. And then bring your hands through heart center, down to the mat. Bend your back knee, bring it down into the floor, and then shift your hips back. From here, flex your right foot back. And then bring your left hand to your left inner hip, so that hip crease. And feel like that hip is pushing back towards your heel. Then bring your hands back down. Actually, I screwed that up. It's supposed to be in your right hip. Then you push your right hip back. My bad. So your hips are even. Now while you're here, feel like you're lifting your chest. Your neck doesn't have to lift, but your chest is lifting so you're not rounding. And then bend your right knee. Curl your left toes back under. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, lift your chest, coming into your halfway lift. Hands on your shins. And exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. Make sure your feet are hips distance apart. Stay up on your toes. Squeeze your outer hips together and then come up into your high lunge. So once you're here, hands on your hips. Bend your back knee a lot. Use your low belly to drop your tailbone. Keep that. Then work your right leg a little bit more towards straight. Stop when your tailbone wants to arch. And then lift your chest. Arms come up by your ears. Biceps roll back. Arms really straight. And just breathe here. And then bring your hands through heart center, down to the floor. Drop your back knee. Let your toes come onto the mat. Shift your hips back. Flex your left foot back. So now this time you put your left hand in your left hip. You shoot that hip back so that your hips are even on both sides. And then hands come to the mat. Feel like you're lifting your chest so your upper back's really straight. Even if you have to be up really high, that's okay. Then just breathe. And then bend your left knee. Lift your right toes under. Coming up high in your high lunge. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold belly in your thighs. Inhale all the way up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands through heart center and down to your sides. And then step out wide. Take your block. You're going to put it right underneath where your shoulders will be. So your feet are wide and your toes face forward so that your feet are parallel to one another. So just like before, heels go right behind your second toe, toes face forward. Press your feet down, so the big toe side, the pinky toe side, your heel, balls of your feet. Feel like your calf muscles are squeezing onto your legs. Spin your inner thighs back, but as you do that, use your low belly to drop your tailbone down. Keep your hands on your hips. So we're going to keep our hands exactly where we're going to fold from. Lift your chest, push your shoulder blades onto your spine, take an inhale. And now everything's going to stay except this fold. So on an exhale, you're folding right here from your hips, keeping your spine really long. Come about halfway. And then put your hands on the blocks. You're going to keep your spine really long. And with every breath, maybe you'll fold a little bit more from your hips. Otherwise, you'll just stay where you are. Keeping your legs active. If you feel like you're really heavy in the heel of your foot, shift a little bit forward so the weight's even. And then keep your calf muscles working. Keep your inner thighs spinning back, but your outer hips squeeze in. And your spine is really long. And then bring your hands back onto your hips. Press your feet down. Slowly come all the way back up to standing. Bring your feet a little bit closer. So they're going to stay wide, but just not quite as wide. Take your block. Set it up the tall way. Behind, I'm trying to think. In front of your right foot. And now from here, you're going to turn from your hip, your whole leg. You're going to turn your right leg out so that your toes are facing forward in front of you. Your heel goes right behind your second toe, just like before. Your left foot is going to angle in just a bit. So it's at like 10 o'clock. Now from here, make sure that the heel of your front foot is in line with the arch, the middle of the arch of your back foot. So front heel lines up to your back arch. Now from here, come back to your front leg. Make sure that your toes and your heel are facing forward, but now make sure your knee is facing the same direction and your hip, so your whole leg's in one line. Same thing with this leg. Toes are facing that way at an angle, same with your knee and your hip. Now your left hip is shimmied a little bit forward from your right hip. So if your chest was in line with your hips, you'd be at an angle, facing about 11 o'clock. You're going to keep your hips here, so put your hands on your hips, keeping your hips at this angle, square your shoulders to the side. Now as we go, my computer. As we go, I want you to feel right now on your left side, feel as if you're crunching. So when you crunch, it lengthens your right side. You're going to feel like you're doing that as we go down so that your right side doesn't crunch, okay, if that makes sense. So we're going to keep everything the same. The only thing that's going to change when we go into this pose is that you're going to fold from right here. That's it. So start to fold from your right hip. As you do that, it'll feel like you're crunching your left side, just so you keep your waist even. So you're going to keep folding. Once it feels like you can't fold or like you can't crunch anymore on your left side and like you're going to start rounding, stop right there. And then put your right hand down on the blocks and your left hand reaches up. So you're kind of swiveling so that your left shoulder and your right shoulder are stacked. Press your shoulders on your back so your chest is nice and wide. And then keep your legs active. So your left leg is really straight. Your right knee, make sure that it's straight but you're not buckling. So you're still really working those legs. Weight's a little bit into the front of your right foot. And then just breathe here. And slowly come all the way up. Have your toes face forward again. Grab your blocks, move them to the front of your left foot. Then spin your left foot out from your leg so that your left toes are facing forward, your heel's in line with that. Right toes spin in a little bit, so you're at about 2 o'clock. Front heel lines up with your back arch, so it cuts right in the middle of that foot. Now again, with your left leg, your whole leg is facing forward, so your toes, your heel's behind your second toe, your knee is facing forward, your hip, it's all one line. Same thing with your back leg. So your toes and your heel, your knee, your hip, one line. So your right hip is a little bit forward or shifted a little bit in front of your left. If your chest was square with your hips, you'd be facing about 1 o'clock. Keep your hands on your hips. Your hips are staying here. You're just turning your shoulders to face the side. Now you're going to feel like you're squishing your right side, just so you keep the sides of your waist even as we go down. Remember, the only thing changing now is that you're folding from your right hip. So you're going to start to fold, keeping your right side working so that that side's really long. When it feels like you can't fold more from your left hip or like your right side is about to curve, then stop there. You're going to keep that side squishing. Left hand goes down, right arm goes up, twisting open so your right shoulder stacks on top of your left. Shoulders press down your back so your collarbones are wide. You can look forward or you can look up. And then make sure your legs are still working, so your back leg's really straight. Your front knee is working. You're not locking that knee. You're still working the back of your thigh, the front of your thigh, and your calf muscle, pressing into your left big toe. And then just breathe. And then come all the way up. From here, step up to the front. And then inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold, and then just have a seat. So once you're seated, you're going to do the one that we do a lot. So you're going to have your feet hips distance. Take your strap, put it around your feet, grab a hold of it. And I just want you to sit up nice and tall. So make sure you're on your sit bones. Your shoulders are stacked on top of your hips, and then your head is perched right on top of your shoulders. So you have one long line. Now bend your knees if you have to make that happen, because if you're rounding with your knees straight, it's not worth it. So bend your knees, take that strap, and you're going to work the backs and the fronts of your legs and your calf muscles to work your legs towards straight. So that's going to open up the backs of your legs. Eventually, one day, if your legs do become straight, then you'll start to grab hold of your strap, and you'll start to lean a little bit closer, folding at your hips, keeping your upper spine really, really long. But for today, just keep yourself nice and tall. And then release that. Bring the balls of your feet to touch. Sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. And then just like we've done before, grab your feet or your ankles. Use your outer hip muscles to feel like your knees are widening without actually pressing down. And then stay nice and tall here. So you're on your sit bones, shoulders on your back, neck perched on top of your shoulders. So just stay really tall. And then the same thing is eventually maybe you'll start to fold from your hips, keeping your spine really long. And then come back up. Come onto your back. We'll do that twist that we do. So reach your left leg straight, right knee comes in. Shift your left hip underneath your right, bring your right knee towards the side of you. Right shoulder comes towards the floor, looking over to the right. Maybe mom can push on your hip and your shoulder. And just breathe there. And then come back up. Straighten your right leg, bend your left knee in. Shimmy your right hip underneath your left. Left knee comes to the right side of you. Left shoulder comes down towards the floor, looking over to the left. And then just breathe. And then come back up. From here, just bring your knees into your chest, just kind of squishing your spine down. You can rock side to side, or you can just flatten your spine out in stillness. And then release your legs and your arms down. Just coming into like the final resting pose. Have your arms open up to your sides. Shoulders wiggle under you so that your chest opens. Feet flop open. And then just relax here. Let all of your muscles relax down. Whether they're the muscles in your face, in your jaw, in your neck and shoulders. And all down your arms and legs, just kind of let everything sink into the floor. Taking a few breaths here, just to focus on really deep breathing. So taking some long inhales, long exhales. Just take a few more breaths. And start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Raise your right arm up. Roll off to the side. Just taking a breath or two there. And then slowly come all the way up to sitting. Take a breath seated. and then namaste. You're all done, Dad.